and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit similar to last week, but just a little bit different. It is super gloomy outside. It's been raining all morning, well, all day actually. It's currently 2:15 and I kind of have a lot to do, but I never really felt like taking a nap, but I was like, no, you know what, regardless of the weather, I'm still gonna get done what I need to get done. So I was like, why don't I just film how I curl my hair? So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We are taking the opportunity to show you guys exactly how I curl my hair. I just thought I've gotten a few questions about it, so why not do it now? I do want to start implementing, I don't know how possible this is going to be, but I want to shoot for 2 videos a week. I'm being a little bit ambitious here because it's really hard. My cash stuffing channel, I already post 2 videos a week, and oops, I forgot heat protectant. And sometimes it's a lot, so adding this 3rd one for this vlog that's 3 videos in 1 week, and that's even more. So doing 4 videos total between the 2 channels can be a lot. But what I decided was like, oh, you know what, I think to make it easier on myself, I can do 1 sit down video and 1 like vlog style video, or like I can do like a few days of my life for my longer video, and then I could do like a nighttime routine for my shorter video, kind of mix it up a little bit. That way there's a little bit, like I get the shorter, easier to edit video but still produce more content for you guys, and then at the same time I still get the longer ones out and more vlog style because I know you guys really like those. I am going to try that for the next month and see how it works out, and if that's something I just really can't keep up with, like if it's just too much for my schedule, then I'm probably gonna just push it back, and maybe I'll just do like a couple bonus videos in the month or something, just because if I end up not being consistent, like I'm the type of person, like if I'm gonna do it, it's because I'm gonna be consistent about it and not because I'm going to be like half in, half out. So if I can't keep up with that and then I end up just like trashing my own algorithm, then I will definitely let you guys know. But this is my attempt to go for 2 videos a week. So wish me luck, you guys. Be patient with me. I'm still trying to stick to like the same time, so we'll see how it works out. But also, you're going to have to forgive, this is a very old curling iron, okay? It is the Hot Tools, and I can't even tell you how, this might be the 1/2 inch or 1 inch, I don't know, I'm gonna look it up. But like, look at this, I don't know if you can tell, this thing is like, it's old but it works, and it looks really old. This is actually my sister's, and then she got married and moved out, and I kept it. I don't know if she knows that I kept it, but sorry Chastity, it works for me. So I mean, it's like half broken anyway, but she's still kicking. So that's what we're going to use today. I used heat protectant, which is just this Tresemme one, and then normally I use a different hairspray, but I just recently ran out, so we are going in with this Aussie Mega Flexible hairspray. I've never really gone wrong with their products, so I figured this hairspray should do. So I'm going to just get started and show you exactly how I curl it, like what little technique that I use. Alright, so for these front pieces, I have naturally really curly hair, and this time I didn't have my blow dryer. I actually ended up leaving that at my mom's house on accident, and I picked it up today, but I left it in the car. So what I decided to use was I have this, like, you know that blow drying brush? Well, I have one, and I want to say it's like by Foxy something, and so I ended up using that. So it kind of straightened it a little bit, because what I normally do is, since my hair is a little bit on the curlier side and it does get really frizzy, so it gets like frizzy and wavy at the root, and then the ends kind of just like curl in a little bit. So what I normally do is I'll straighten the bottom and I'll straighten the top and then I'll curl. But since I used that brush today, it's really not necessary because it kind of did that for me. So what I use is I alternate which way the curl goes, because I like to go more for, I'll either do like this like wavy look or like a beachy kind of style, or sometimes I'll just do like bigger waves. But today we're going with like, it's not really like a tight curl or wave. I can't really explain it, but you'll see it at the end. And the way that I curl it, so the ones in the like the front of your face, always go back, because you don't want those things to curl in. It's gonna look, I mean, some people can pull it off. I feel like if it's like a big curl, you know what I'm talking about, like that, there's a certain look. But other than that, I'm not really a fan. So I normally just curl up and then I bring it down and then I curl again, bring it down, and then that last one I just pull. So we're going to leave these alone for a little bit. It's gonna look funny in the beginning. And then the next curl, and then the size of like however much hair you grab really just depends on how big you want the wave or the curl. The more hair, the bigger the wave. The less hair, the tighter the curl. So I'm just grabbing however much, it doesn't really matter. So I grabbed a little bit, then I pull under, pull, and then pull out. I don't know how to explain this, okay, but just bear with me here. So this one's just a little bit of a bigger piece here. And again, I'm going to curl up a little bit. Notice I don't have all of it. I'm going to tuck it under, pull it and curl it, tuck it again, pull and curl, and then I always leave a little bit at the end. And that one, oops, I'm not looking right. I just like pull the curling iron off completely. So hopefully I can get this down right for you guys. You know, this is why I don't have like a makeup or like hair channel, because I'm not really the best at explaining this, but hopefully you guys can get the concept from what I'm trying to show here. And I do have a wand, but personally I like the look that the curling iron, like the clamp, gives me more, and sometimes I feel like I have a little bit more control over it. So I don't know, that's my preference. So again, I will do partial, pull it from under, curl it, pull it from under, curl it, and the end I just pull the curling iron off. Normally the middle piece is the one that I'll do towards my face. Hopefully I can do this enough so that you guys can see it often enough here. One of my friends actually asked to borrow a couple of my curling irons. I have a lot of curling irons, okay? I've like tried to play around with so many different ones, trying to find like the best style that fits me and like my hair length and everything like that. And so I have a wand and I have 3 different size curling irons with the clamp. Oh, actually I don't like that. I'm gonna curl this one inwards. And so she asked to borrow them, and I guess she doesn't normally curl her hair with like this type of curling iron, so I let her borrow 2, and she was just like, she's actually coming out in the wedding with me for our friend. And so she was like, all right, you're gonna have to help me like the day of. So I told her that I would try to show her, but if this comes out too confusing for everyone else, I don't know how I'm gonna show her, guys. Like honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I just part my hair into whatever sections, and it was a little bit difficult curling my hair for a little bit just because I had recently gotten a different kind of haircut with like curtain bangs. And you know how when you like first get a haircut, you can't really style your hair the way that you want it to? Like I loved my haircut. It's one of my favorite that I've gotten in a very, very long time, but I got it in a way that was like more specifically for like that blowout kind of a look, so where you use like rollers and things like that. And so when I tried curling it, it didn't really, like the layers were just not working for the curl that I was going for. So, oh, and another thing is, so I usually start from the back, and when I start from the back, I usually alternate. So the last one, like the first layer, I ended up going this way, and so this layer, starting from the back, I went this way, and then I'm going to just continue alternating the curl. But yeah, so it just wasn't working out, and now that my hair grew out a little bit more, I feel like it's starting to cooperate more with curling it instead of just always having it straight, which I'm really glad about, because sometimes curling it is just so much faster to me. I don't know why. Like, I can do my hair really quickly either way. It normally only takes me 20 minutes for either one, but yeah, sometimes curling it is just a lot easier because you don't have to go over it so many times. And I don't know, I'm just glad I'm able to finally start doing it like this again, because before I cut it, I was really starting to like how my hair was starting to look with these curls, but it was just way too damaged. Like, it wasn't even looking cute anymore. You can tell my hair was fried. So I got it cut, and then I missed my curls, so I'm glad that I get to do that again. And so for these front pieces, sometimes I try curling it like this, and if it doesn't work, I really only do like half a twist, and then I just pull it out. And if it ends up not being the look that I want, I'll kind of tilt the curling iron this way. But if you're not really used to kind of playing around with curling iron like that, then just stick to what's easiest for you, basically. And I really need to get a new brush, because when I dye my hair on my own, and the last time I did it, I like totally stained it, so it's really ugly, but I promise it's clean. So let's start on this side. Yeah, but anyway, I really do want to start doing more videos, just because, like, I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely love my cash stuffing channel. It has grown so much. The community is honestly one of the best communities that I've come across on YouTube. Like, there's really like no hate with them. Like, everyone is so supportive, so encouraging, and they've just like made it the best ride. Like, they're the reason I started this vlog channel, because they made me excited to do it. But I just feel like I got a little burnt out on like the same kind of content, and not only that, like, life just got super busy with all the events that my family was having, and I kind of just got burnt out of like doing the same thing over and over again. So I feel like vlogging has kind of been more of my creative outlet, and it's been like, yes, editing takes so much longer. It's a lot more time consuming. There's a lot more detail that you have to pay attention to, a lot of things that you have to learn on how to edit, music, like things that you really have to focus on to, like, it takes more of like production effort, if that makes sense. But I've had so much fun, and I feel like regaining motivation doing this vlog has helped me regain motivation for my other channel, because it's like, it didn't feel like a job anymore. It felt like it was actually fun again. So I really want to start doing more content for this channel as well. And I was like, well, I'm doing 2 videos a week over there. Why don't I try to do 2 videos a week over here? So again, I might be a little ambitious with this, but we're gonna just go for it. And what's the worst that can happen? I like end up pulling back because it's too much. Okay, that's not a big deal. At least I know that I tried. Oh my gosh. What in the world? My hair looks funny. Actually, funny thing is, so this layer right here, I've actually chopped my hair this length multiple times. And while it looks funny like this because it's not the way it's supposed to look, I actually really liked it. Like, my short hair was one of my favorites that I'd had. It was so easy to style. It was like such a fun look for me. But at the same time, I had to be really cautious with what I would wear, because it really, really quickly made me look like a mom. So I loved it, but I was kind of ready for it to go back out. I actually just chopped it after, I want to say it was like 2 years ago. that was the last time that I really had it short, and it was like literally above my shoulder, and I absolutely loved it. But this time around I really wanted to grow back a lot faster than I normally do, so I am back to long hair. And I'm going to show you in a little bit how to add more volume to the top for the curls. Oh yeah, so see this one, I flip the curling iron and then I curl opposite, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain this, you guys. Like, there's a reason I'm not a hairstylist or like a teacher. One, I really don't have the patience, but two, I just have no idea how to explain some of this sometimes. I actually just tried curling my hair on Sunday, and it was when I realized my hair was finally at the length where I could curl it again, because I was really mad at myself that for my sister's baby shower my hair was straight because I was running all over the place. I ended up sweating, and like there was literally no volume to my hair for the rest of the day. So in pictures my hair looks so flat, and because I have such a round face, it kind of just like stuck and it just looked really weird, and I was not satisfied with my hair. All come to find out that the next day I tried curling it and realized I could have had it curled for the baby shower this whole time. So I was a little bit upset, but whatever. Now I know. If I'm looking over here, that's where my mirror is at, because sometimes it's hard to see on the little viewfinder thingy. And for these front pieces, I am kind of just doing them all in the same direction and not opposite of each other because it's all like super close to my face. So we are at the last layer. And oh my gosh, why do I look like Lord Farquaad? Okay. Or you know who I look like? I look like Esqueleto from Nacho Libre. This is, let's tame that a little bit. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, seriously, it looks so bad. Okay. So even though we're at the top layer, I still do every other direction for this just because it gives like, it just gives more dimension. Like that's why I like doing every other direction for this one. But I only do like one in the opposite direction, like facing toward my face, because if I do more than that, then it's gonna start to look a little funny. So that is the only one that we're gonna do in that direction, and the rest are going to be away from my face. Okay, so let's see here. My bangs is always a tricky part since they're still super short. You can always kind of blend them into the rest of the hair, so that's not a big deal. Okay, and we are not going to brush them out yet, just in a little while. Guys, I'm like really craving a Starbucks right now, and I have not cared for Starbucks in a really long time, but I keep hearing about the brown sugar shaken espresso, and I think I'm gonna get it for myself today. I have to make a return and I have to get gas. I need to go to Target to make another return, and then what else do I have to do? I know there's other things on my list. I can't really think right now. Oh, actually no, I have to come back and edit. So my sister had her baby shower on Saturday. It's currently Tuesday that I'm filming this, but she had her baby shower on Saturday, and She had, like, one of her friends is a photographer, and she said that for her gift to Chastity, she wanted to like take pictures of the baby shower. So she got that handled as far as like pictures goes. But what I did was I filmed a little bit on my camera so that I could get just a little bit of footage, and I got extremely busy. So when one of my friends took over, and she has a vlog channel too, so she knew exactly what she was doing. Oh, sorry, I don't use a brush. I brush my hair out with my fingers. So you're kind of just gonna shake it out. Don't like pull it down completely. And my hair texture, I don't really have to wait for it to dry. It kind of just stays. So thank you, Jesus. But I know sometimes it's hard if you have to put hairspray. I know my sister used to put hairspray while she curled her hair. But yeah, so I got a little bit of footage of the baby shower, and so I'm going to do this like little mini montage for her, and I just thought it would be super cute. So I'm going to be working on editing that today so that she can upload that and have just a little bit of a memory. Okay, so as you can see, it's more of like yes, they're curls, but they're a little bit more relaxed. They're not like super fancy, if that makes sense. Anyway, to add more volume to the top, you are going to grab the top layers, and whatever direction that curl is facing, you are going to go to the root, and just at the root you're going to twist the curling iron, and then you let it go. And so this one goes this way. So I am just at the root, like a slight little curl, again at the root. And you'll notice it adds just a little bit more volume to the top. And you can do that with your bangs too, or like the front pieces. Because sometimes when we pull on the curling iron, it pulls down, so like the very root doesn't really have all the volume. Well, I did a little too much for that one. So now I have to add a little bit here. Actually, it's a little too much for the front. And then we are going to do that to the other side now. And I do have a volumizing spray, but I don't really need that when my hair is this type of curl, because I feel like it has enough volume. But if your hair is a little bit on the thinner or the flatter side, then I will recommend one that I really like using. Okay, and kind of, you can just play around with the front pieces a little bit. It's these bangs that are not cooperating with me. Kind of like sticking out funny. Okay, I think it's a little bit better. Hopefully. Anyway, I don't really do hairspray for it to stay. I just do it for a little bit of texture. So what I do is I will lift my hair, and then I will spray as my hair just falls. And that alone gives it more volume also. And then you kind of can just like rub it together. It makes it a little bit more piecey, and then if you forget some pieces, just do the same thing. Oh, it just sprayed in my eye. Oh, shoot. Okay. And then sometimes I like to just give my hair a little bit of a flip. And just play around with it until you like it. This one is sticking up a little bit too much, so we're just going to blend it down a little bit. Okay, and that is basically it. Let me grab the volumizing spray just so I can show you real quick. So the volumizing spray that I use, especially when, like, let's say I straighten my hair and then I put it in rollers for a little bit of volume, what I like to do is I use the Living Proof, oh, I don't know if it's focusing. Okay, the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day. So this is a bodybuilder, and basically, and it'll have the instructions on the cap too. You just turn the nozzle if you want less or more volume. That's going to depend how much it really like shoots out, and then how much body it gives your hair. So I like to use this when I straighten my hair because it really adds a lot of texture and volume to the top, to the root. And then sometimes if I do like a looser, like bigger wave and I feel like my root's a little bit flat, this thing always works really well. And now I think it is a little bit pricey, but you guys, what I did, I got them, you can see the TJ Maxx tag. I got it at TJ Maxx when they had a bunch, and I want to say I bought myself like 2 or 3 because I knew how well it worked and I knew how expensive it actually was. So for the price of like 1, I ended up getting like 2 or 3. So just a quick tip, always check TJ Maxx for like good hair care because they'll always have good brands that they sell at Ulta, Sephora, whatever, but they always have them crazy cheap. So Living Proof, try it out. But other than that, this is how I curl my hair. This is the end result, and I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any recommendations, any questions as far as like what I use, or like any recommendations on which type of video you guys want to see, please leave them down in the comments. I would love to hear some ideas, especially now that I'll be posting a lot more content for you guys. It would make life so much easier if I'm actually putting out the things that you guys want to see instead of the things that I want to put out alone, or the things that I think you guys want to see but it's really not it. So please leave any recommendations in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys all on Sunday. Bye.